Citizen Weekend Sports begins right now. Good evening, I'm Bernard Ndong. Kenyan Dismas Indiza is targeting a top 5 finish at the Barclays Kenya Open after posting an impressive 8 under in the third round at the Karen Country Club in Nairobi. Indiza had mixed fortunes on day 3 with 2 bogeys but recovered with 4 birdies to put him in good stead for Sunday's finale. At the top of the leaderboard, South African Brandon Stone upstaged countryman Hayden Porteous, scoring 14 under par. Indiza had a false start, a bogey in the first hole. The 44-year-old, who is keen to make Kenyan history, regained his composure in the second hole to play level par. A birdie in the next hole was a sign of things to come for the Mumias-based golfer, as he remained par in the subsequent 3 holes before dropping a shot in the 7th, but recovering with a birdie in the 8th. Indiza was chasing the 2 leaders, South African Hayden Porteous and Lima Jose of Portugal. Porteous, who dominated the second round on Friday, seemed to be out of sorts in the third round as he bogeyed the first 3 holes. Lima was reading from a different script as he surged ahead momentarily before Porteous regained his lead. Indiza's performance in the back 9 was a complete contrast as he found his rhythm with 3 birdies in the 12th, 14th and 18th holes to set the tempo for Sunday's finale. In 2014, Dismas Indiza admits that nerves proved to be his undoing. Heading to the 4th and deciding round, Indiza confirms that a case of the butterflies will not be his Achilles heel.
Wakati nilikuwa nacheza last year, nilikuwa napiga tu mpira, sikuwa na kitu kama coach ya kusema ati we tulia kidogo ucheze golf mzuri, si ati uende tu naweka mpira hapo na kupiga. Sasa mimi natulia kidogo, nafanya swing kidogo.
Kenya's other representative Brian Joroge and Matthew Omondi will be hoping for an improved performance on Sunday. Well, we're planning to support Dismas Indiza tomorrow at the Barclays Kenya Open. Remember, his tee of time is at 11:30 in the morning. Let's move on to rugby, and Kenya Cup champions KCB RFC will meet Homeboys RFC in the final of the Enterprise Cup. And the Mancas reached their second successive Enterprise Cup final after edging out Impala RFC 25-15. Homeboys needed extra time to edge out Strathmore Leos in the second semi-final. Now, Samuel Yates' penalty for Impala was cancelled out by a converted try by Curtis Lilako as the Bankers took a 7-3 lead. Darren Mukitsa added 2 quick penalties to stretch the lead to 13-3. KCB seemed to have the momentum, and Fabian Orlando scored a second try that was converted by Darren Mukitsa for a 23 lead. Impala cut the deficit to 20-10 at the break with a converted try by Duncan Ekasi. In the second half, the KCB pack was too heavy for the Gazelles as a rolling mole resulted in the 3rd try. Impala fought back to score a consolation try at the death, but it was not enough to salvage the victory.
Knockout stages, it's all about the person that makes the less mistakes. So I believe going into the final, it's all about the person who's going to get their basics right. I believe it's going to be a tough match coming from Homeboys. We've played them. The last time we played them was in the Kenya Cup.
We put our best foot forward and we emerged winners, so we're thankful.
Let's take a look at football, and Tusker FC's woes continue as they dropped yet more points in a 2-2 draw with Muhoroni Youth this afternoon. In Mombasa, Bandari FC suffered the second loss on the trot at home, going down by a solitary goal to Sony Sugar. At the Nyayo National Stadium, Mathare United and KCB played out to a colourless barren draw as Ushuru FC held Ulinzi to a 1-1 draw. Here are the highlights from that match.
In the Premier League, did well last year. Quick off the block, opportunity for Ulinzi. Shot! And it's a goal! 7 minutes into the game, Ulinzi break the deadlock. The goal of the season. And they do love to celebrate a goal. Hey. Finds Okwemba. Okwemba plays it into the box. Danger! Oh, it's a goal! Equalizer by the substitute, Roosevelt Blanty.
I've got to work on that reaction so that next game, I've got to work very fast so that I can win the next game.
They play well. We play well. You know, the Ulinzi has not, Ushuru has not been won soon, so they wanted to win at cost.
Cabinet Secretary for Sports Dr. Hassan Wario has put clubs and federations on notice for failing to comply with the Sports Act. Wario claims the Mashemeji Derby set for tomorrow will be played by strangers in Kenyan football, as both AFC Leopards and Gor Mahia have not registered with the Registrar of Sports. Wario claims the rot in football starts at the bottom with the clubs that are reluctant to conform with the Sports Act. Wario was today the chief guest at the Sports Journalists Association of Kenya annual general meeting. At the same function, Safaricom CEO Bob Collymore called on transparency in sports.
Also, you must make sure that your constitution must align it properly.
And talking about the Shemeji Derby, AFC Leopards will be facing Gor Mahia tomorrow in what is known as the Shemeji Derby, now christened the Pay Bill Derby, as both clubs are struggling financially. There will be more than 300 police officers in the match as the organizers tighten security in and around the stadium. Now, a new development will be the use of CCTV cameras in all areas of the stadium in an effort to arrest any hooligans that might cause chaos at the match. The Kenyan Premier League has already tried and tested the CCTV cameras monitoring of the stadium during what they call high-risk matches that are played in the country. The cameras that are fully HD, as you can see on your screens there, are able to capture images across the field and clearly identify the subjects in any incident.
Realized part of the problem that we've had very many hooligans who can never be identified. So by the use of CCTV, we can easily identify the hooligans and get the police, arrest them and get them charged. We see the game at Gor Mahia against Dynamo. We got one culprit and he was charged and jailed for 6 months. So that is what we want to encourage and ensure that we make our stadiums very safe and secure so that we get more fans into the stadium. We really want to kill the vice on hooliganism because it doesn't help the game and doesn't help any Kenyan citizen. And it is not good to lose a life just to come and watch a football match. So we want to protect our Kenyans and ensure that we are working hard towards making the arenas very safe.
Well, the Shemeji Derby will be staged at the Nyayo National Stadium tomorrow afternoon. And let's cross the borders, and Arsenal is currently facing, or rather Arsenal has finished its match against Burnley and they won that fixture by a solitary goal. I'm talking about the English Premier League. Of course, they wanted to reduce the points gap to 4, and that is the case after they have registered that victory. Now, in other matches, Everton share the spoils with Swansea, with the tie ending 1-1. In another match, Southampton hammered Hull 2-0. Here are some of the goals from today's matches, including Arsenal's victory against Burnley.
Pouncing on it and finding Sanchez, who held off Trippier. Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil, blocked by Heaton and lashed in by Ramsey. And Arsenal lead in Lancashire. The roll goes on.
It's a good ball in towards Benteke. It's him again. Christian Benteke. He might just be Aston Villa's saviour this season. And a joyous moment for Tim Sherwood on his White Hart Lane return. Haynes for Kone, trying to get the better of Fernandes. They got McCarthy in behind him. Good ball in. It's Aaron Lennon and 1-0 to Everton. An excellent move. Finished off by Lennon. Only hand in the back. But once Ennis is getting away from him. You say the initial foul, I just think it's on Coleman yet. Clear handball. Easy decision for Mike Oliver. He's right on the spot. If Mike Oliver doesn't call the foul on Coleman, set up a grandstand final quarter of the game. No mistake at all.
Lewis Hamilton will start on pole at the Shanghai Grand Prix in China tomorrow after edging teammate Nico Rosberg. Hamilton stormed into his third successive pole, lapping the circuit in a time of 1 minute 35.782 seconds. Ferrari Sebastian Vettel of Germany, winner of the previous race in Malaysia, will start third. Brazilian Felipe Massa will start at fourth. Let's take a look at the Masters, and Jordan Spieth scored 6 under par 66 to surge ahead at Augusta. The 21-year-old closed his second round on 14 under, with world number 1 Rory McIlroy in a tie for 19th, almost missing the cut. England's Justin Rose and Paul Casey are tied third, 7 under.
Can he link up?
And in Super Rugby action, the Highlanders stand the Crusaders by 25 points to 20 in Christchurch, New Zealand. In other matches, the Stormers hammered the Waratahs 32-18. The Cheetahs mauled the Western Force by a slim 24-15 score.
We're just going to check the outline here, mate, before the grounding. Not worried about the pass, they just want to...
Well, my time is up. That's the end of Citizen Weekend Sports. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Bernard Ndong. Let's get sporty some other time.